It's absolutely awesome. You know, we're up around 190 guys that have come through Fort Wayne to the major leagues, but these are the first two TinCaps. And so we had many Wizards players over the years, Corey Kluber, David Freese, just to name a couple, Jake Peavy, another one is a crowd favorite, but Trey Turner and Joe Ross are the two Fort Wayne TinCaps, the first two, to make it to the biggest stage in baseball, the World Series. So about half the rosters of the two teams in this year's World Series came through Fort Wayne in the Midwest League, but two of our own are players. And then Michael Collins was our manager a few years ago, and he's on the staff with the Houston Astros. So we've got both teams represented, and it's really cool to see.
So can you just talk about what that means to you and to the people of the city to see someone that came from here play in this park right behind us, now during the World Series on the biggest stage?
That's a great question. So Trey Turner came in as a huge prospect, a number one pick, hit 360 something for us and delivered. Joe Ross came in as another huge prospect and a number one pick, spent parts of 2 years with us, so the fans had time to get to know these guys. And so as fans were walking in tonight, I can't wait to see Trey, I can't wait to see Joe Ross. When we look back at last round for the National League Championship Series, Miles Michaelis was the starting pitcher for Game 1 of the Cards. He was one of our guys. So Game 1, the first pitch, is Michaelis to Turner, and it just felt really cool for Fort Wayne and a nice reunion for the TinCaps and our fans.
So what do you think that says about the city? What do you think that says coming forward to future players like that?
Oh, I think, great question. I think the future is very bright. The Padres are building something. Hopefully our buddy Fernando Tatis and the rest of those guys can get to a World Series in the next few years. These might be the first two TinCaps to make it, but there's a lot more on the way. Our city is known throughout minor league baseball for this unbelievable venue, but awesome for a tremendous fan base. And so these players that are playing on the biggest stage in the world tonight, somewhere deep down, I know they think about their experience in Fort Wayne and what an awesome time they had.
Sure. So how much more visceral is it for you? When a lot of people come here, AC selling the dream. You can make it big. This is the preparation process. And this is the process you got to go through. So how much more real is it to actually see them make it to the highest mark?
I think it's a great question. You know, and Anthony Contreras the last 4 years, we've had a great manager, and you're right. He points out the vision and what it's going to take. And I'm sure people believe it, and I'm sure there's others that wonder, can I ever get there? You know, first I got to get to the big leagues, but can I get to the World Series? Well, here we are with two former players and a former manager out there right now. And so one of those teams obviously is going to win it all. So we're either going to have two former players that are on top of the baseball world out of 25 guys total, or one of our managers, and we've only had 6 or 7, I think, in the TinCaps history. Michael Collins could become a world champion as well, and we're pulling for all of them.
So which one is more rewarding to you, winning the TinCaps or actually to see players come through the system and make it to the highest level?
Well, I'm a little greedy, so I'd like another championship here. But it is cool to see we're somewhere around that 190 guys between the Wizards and TinCaps that have made it up to the big leagues. You know, we get to do this for a living, and Anthony's the one that tells them when they get promoted. But a small party, it feels like, hey, not trying to overstep, but maybe we had a little bit to do with their success, and they're getting up there. So probably equal, but if I had to take one, I'd love another championship here in the Summit City.